Arjun lived in a village nestled among gentle hills. Every day he looked towards the distant horizon. There, piercing the clouds, stood the imposing peak of Mount Kailash. The villagers called it the Mountain of Gods, a place of mystery and danger. Yet Arjun felt an inexplicable pull towards its majestic heights. He dreamed of standing on its summit, of touching the sky. Arjun wasn't the first to harbor such a dream. Many before him had attempted the climb. None had returned. The villagers spoke of treacherous paths, unforgiving weather, and mythical creatures guarding the mountain. They believed Mount Kailash was unconquerable, a place reserved for the gods. But Arjun refused to be swayed. He saw the mountain not as a menacing giant, but as a challenge and a test of his spirit. Arjun knew the journey wouldn't be easy. He understood the risks involved, but something within him, a quiet determination, whispered that he was meant to climb. He wasn't seeking fame or fortune. He yearned for the feeling of accomplishment, of pushing his limits, of proving to himself that he could conquer not just the mountain, but the doubts within him. This was his dream, his purpose, and he was determined to chase it no matter the cost. The villagers called him foolish. They warned him of the dangers. The mountain is cursed, they said. Those who dare climb it never return. But Arjun clung to his dream with unwavering resolve. He knew fear was powerful, but refused to let it cripple him. Every doubt fueled his determination. He believed in himself, in the strength of his spirit. He wouldn't let whispers of doubt drown out whispers of courage. Arjun's determination was a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of dreams. Arjun knew that conquering the mountain required more than just physical strength. It demanded mental fortitude, an unyielding spirit. He began his training in the quiet solitude of dawn. Each day he pushed his body to its limits. He ran up steep hills carrying heavy loads, his muscles screaming for respite. But the physical training was only half the battle. The real challenge lay in conquering the mountains within. He spent hours meditating, calming his mind. He visualized himself scaling the treacherous slopes. He knew that doubt and fear were his true adversaries. He trained his mind to find strength in adversity. He learned to embrace the pain, knowing it was temporary. The mountain was a reflection of his own self. Each step brought him closer to understanding his potential. The climb had already begun within his own soul. The day arrived when Arjun finally set foot on the slopes of Mount Kailash. The air grew thin, each breath a labored effort. The once distant peak now loomed large, its icy surface glistening menacingly in the sunlight. The path was treacherous, littered with loose rocks and hidden crevices. The biting wind seemed to mock his every step, whispering tales of those who had perished before him. Days turned into nights, each one colder and harsher than the last. The mountain tested him with relentless fury, throwing everything it had at him. Blistering snowstorms blinded his vision, while icy winds threatened to rip him from the mountainside. He faced rockfalls that shook the very foundation of the mountain and treacherous ice bridges that threatened to crumble beneath his weight. Through it all, Arjun persevered. He drew strength from the memory of the villagers, their faces etched with a mixture of fear and admiration. He remembered the promise he had made to himself, the burning desire to prove that even the impossible was possible. He clung to the mountainside, his resolve hardening with each passing challenge. He had come too far to turn back now. After what felt like an eternity, Arjun stumbled upon a sight that took his breath away. He had reached the summit. Standing on the roof of the world, he felt a sense of accomplishment that transcended words. Below him, the clouds parted, revealing the world in all its breathtaking beauty. He had done it. He had conquered Mount Kailash. But as he stood there, gazing at the endless horizon, a profound realization washed over him. The true victory lay not in reaching the summit, but in the journey itself. The mountain had tested him, pushed him to his limits, forced him to confront his deepest fears. It was in those moments of doubt, of agonizing struggle, that he discovered his true strength. He had conquered not just the mountain, but the mountains within himself. He had stared into the face of fear and emerged victorious. The physical climb was over, but the journey had just begun. He descended Mount Kailash not as a conqueror, but as a changed man. He carried within him the wisdom of the mountain, the knowledge that true strength lay not in physical prowess, but in the indomitable spirit that resides within us all.